So, thank you very much. My name is Allan Kiprotich Chesang. I'm the Senator from Nzoia County and also the Chair of ICT of the Senate. First, before I read my speech, I just want to really thank the organizers of this event. This is a very good initiative where you have engaged the youth. And the reason why I'm here today is not because I was not busy today. Actually, there's a very important conversation going on in the Senate as we speak. And the majority whip has been calling my phone from 2:30. That is the time of report at the chamber. But I'm here because I am really passionate about the growth of the youth. I was told that today is a youth day. And that is why I'm here, because I'm a youth. And I'm also here because I was told there's something to do with our children. I'm also a father of a 7-year-old and some young man. So I'm here because I'm here because I want a better place for him tomorrow. So this is actually why I'm here. So I will go through my speech briefly because of time. I have to rush to the Senate. I maybe have a 10-15 minutes plenary session just for us to interact. And then I think I'm very sure that we'll have more of this session to discuss and make sure that we engage amongst ourselves, the youths, and see how we're going to go forward. The other reason why I'm here is I'm also an IT expert, and ICT is one of the reasons I'm here. ICT is one of the reasons I've made a few calls from. I am a chair today not because I was chosen by the president to be a chair of the ICT committee, but because I'm really also passionate about ICT, and I've actually committed myself that I will make sure that I reach as many youth as possible, just to make sure that I also share my knowledge, interact with the youth for the benefit of our future. I'm really proud. All of you are really proud of Internet and where you are today. And you know where the government or maybe the world is going. We are all going digital. And this is where I want us to go. This is why I'm here, because I can assure you that I will support you guys, because in 2037 or maybe in 2040 something, I don't want the campaigns to be online, because it is very expensive to campaign in Kenya. You cannot address people na ujawacha kitu, si kweli? So thank you very much, guys. I am just going to go through my speech briefly. Then we have a plenary session. Also, maybe share my experience about how ICT has been, how I've used ICT to make some few points. But I believe he said here was you have to be a pastor when you grow up. Where's Kip? I am really keen. I really want to know what happened in between. Anyway, thank you very much. So it is my honor and privilege to be part of this inaugural Internet Governance Forum. This forum provides an ideal platform to discuss policy issues on Internet governance. This includes internet sustainability, robustness, security, sustainability, and development. Today's event aims at serving as an interactive discussion platform for organized youth participation from all stakeholders groups to bring out their ideas and concerns. Allow me, therefore, to congratulate you for honoring the invitation and making time to grace and participate. It is commendable to witness an impressive turnout of participants, a testament of our commitment towards promoting, protecting, and improving internet governance. Technology is an ever-evolving field that has seen the use of artificial intelligence in carrying out tasks and the rise of e-money through the use of cryptocurrency. The youths have leveraged on emerging trading technology and have engaged in dealing in cryptocurrencies, forex trading, content creation, software development, and even online writing. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy, has enacted several legislations that govern the ICT sector. The Data Protection Act is an act of parliament that regulates the processing of personal data within this act. Within this act is established the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, which regulates the processing of personal data and provides for the rights of data subjects. The Act of 2019 has subsequent regulations that restrict further processing of data to third parties, has security safeguards to protect personal data and ensure that data controllers and processors uphold data quality, which I think KITA was also part of making this policy as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's National ICT Policy, the Broadband Strategy, and the Digital Economy Blueprint, among other policy documents, brings out the government's commitment to digital inclusion. The goal of digital inclusion is to increase everyone's access to and usability of ICTs, with a focus of increasing participation among women, youth, PWDs, the elderly, people from lower socioeconomic groups, rural communities, vulnerable individuals, and Kenyans' minority and marginalized populations. The dramatic increase in use of mobile apps such as Jumia, Bolt, Glovo, Uber Eats in Kenya in recent years has linked self-employed informal sector workers such as bodabodas with thousands of potential customers, bringing them into the digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the rise and use of technology has led to an increase in cybercrimes. This has necessitated enactment of legislation so as to curb online misinformation. The government, through the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy, has put up the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act to address on issues related to cybercrimes. The National Cybersecurity Strategy 2022 also provides a framework aimed at building a safe and secure cyberspace. Ladies and gentlemen, the UN Secretary General's proposed Global Digital Compact has its first principle to connect all people to the internet, including all schools, in line with the initiative the government has rolled out several projects, such as the Digital Literacy Program and the Constituency Innovation Hubs. The government has also embarked on putting 2,500 Wi-Fi hotspots all over the country to connect people to the internet. DLP aims at integrating ICT with education in primary schools so that pupils will be well versed in areas such as coding. The hubs are aimed to train the youth on digital skills so that they are able to create employment for themselves. In conclusion, I am proud to announce the remarkable achievements of the government of Kenya in its pursuit of digital empowerment and inclusive internet governance. Through initiatives like the Gitume program, we have witnessed significant progress in bringing the digital divide and equipping our youth with the necessary skills for success in digital era. The digital era to date, the Gitume program has deployed 6,021 devices as we speak. It has established 69 Gitume labs and launched 21 sites, providing flexible digital infrastructure across the country. Additionally, 46 Wi-Fi as well hotspots have been set up in various locations, primarily in markets, to enhance connectivity for business and individuals. The program has already trained 3,517 workers, with 650 of them now successfully working online, earning a livelihood. Looking ahead, the Gitume program aims to implement 1,450 digital hubs, that is across every ward in this country, 2,500 Wi-Fi hotspots, ensuring even greater access to digital resources and opportunities, with a target of 3 sessions per day and a capacity of 100 students per session. These digital hubs will be able to train staggering 435 students per day. That is if the 1,450 digital hubs are implemented. This achievement highlights the government's unwavering commitment to digital inclusion and the empowerment of our youth by equipping them with the necessary digital skills. We are nurturing a generation of innovators, creators, and entrepreneurs who will drive our digital economy forward. The government is also aware that the youth have embarked on making a living through various social media platforms such as TikTok, which I'm sure 99% of you are on TikTok, and YouTube content creation. Bearing this in mind, it is keen on enacting legislation that will favor the growth of the digital economy. It is my wish that this forum creates a platform to share best practices and experiences, identify emerging issues, and contribute to capacity building for internet governance. So digital literacy is not just a skill, it's a superpower that empowers the youth to shape the future they want to see. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now in brief, I just want to share a short experience with you. I developed my interest in ICT sometime back in 2012, I think. That was after campus. And this is what I was doing as my part-time because I had insomnia. I couldn't sleep. By that time, I couldn't sleep. So I developed interest just to learn. And luckily, I had a computer that time. I used to spare some 3-4 hours at night just to familiarize myself with the internet and actually Google. What I didn't know, I used to Google. And somehow I really liked IT. I think maybe also I didn't have money to go out that time. So the only option I did was to stay and make sure that I was my computer's best friend. So myself, I've never wanted employment in my life. But one day I went to visit my cousin at Raya. My cousin was doing his attachment at Raya. Raya is a company that sells Tyson fiber in Mombasa. So one day he went to work. I I used to stay in the house the whole day when he was a marketing manager there. When he came back, he was still trying to market the sisal fiber with his laptop, with the Rare Vipingo website. So I saw what he was doing, I was trying to learn. Even him, he was looking for customers online. And it's a very big company. So I learned something because there was no walking client. There was no one who was coming from abroad to come and buy the sisal. So I learned something about this, and I also tried marketing sisal. He's like, if you bring a client, we give you commission. So I'm like, where do I get these clients? So I tried doing my own research and just trying to find out, how do I get a client? How do I get a client to talk about sisal? That time I don't know anything about sisal. I don't know what it's used for. So I tried to get ideas. I went to the Rare Bingo website, checked what sisal is used for, which countries would want the sisal fiber. So when I went to I tried marketing the sisal everywhere. Even I went to Facebook, started marketing sisal, and my classmates would ask me, what do you want us to do with sisal? Because I don't have any international, that time, no international friends on Facebook, and Facebook was still new, blah, blah. So I came back to Nairobi, tried making my own research. How many of you know B2B platforms here? You're all aware. How many of you have benefited from this platform? No one. Okay. How many of you know any dating site here? I can see all the men smiling here. I once owned a dating site here in Kenya, and I saw many of you joining this platform because I was at the back end and I was looking at, you try to hide your face, your number, you try to hide your what, but the numbers inside are yours. So I know 90% of the people inside this house at least have gone to Tinder, have gone to, I can see you're saying it. You have gone to those sites. But let me shock you. The moment you log into those sites and just scroll and look for someone on those sites, there's someone making money. Are you aware? If you check out Tinder, the Tinder app now, it is worth $42 billion as we speak. I once tried opening an app here, dating site, and I made a few coins. But it does not mean I was participating in any anyway. But I made a few coins because so many people joined the site, and I managed to make some few coins with the app and the site. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that what we don't have is the knowledge, the literacy that we're talking about here. Because as you speak, I can assure you, eventually, I joined all the B2B sites. If you've heard about Alibaba, if you've heard about TradeKey, if you've heard about China Global, if you've heard about, even Junior is a Kenyan B2B site here. Opened a company called Agro International Limited. That was in 2014. I didn't have any office. I had a very good website, more than that of Rare Vipingo. Posted their photos. Posted their photos, their products, and I became bigger than them in terms of marketing online. So I used to get enough orders, more than Rare Vipingo, enough orders, more than any other company in Mogotio, everywhere. So what I used to do is just, I get the orders, I source from the sellers, and I make my commission. What I used to do is just go and negotiate with the sellers. They give they give me my cash. I was making $100 per ton. So if $100 per ton, every container had 14 tons. That is a 20-foot container. If it's a 40-foot container, it had 28 tons. Sometimes I used to get 10 containers in a month. I want us to do a very simple mathematics. And I have no office to pay for. I'm not paying any rent. It is just a company online. So if I got an order of 5 containers, 5 40-foot containers, I was making $100 per ton. So that is 40-foot container is 28 tons. 28 times 100. What's happening? So you can imagine, let's start with one container, okay, of 28 tons. Times 100, one container is $2,800 per container. Times 5. That month I've received 5 containers, an order of 5 40-foot containers. 2,800 times 5, how much is that? $14,000. And I have not. Are you getting me? So I take no tax. This is all about just marketing online. Okay? So I go to their Vipingo, pay them. They are $2,400 because I used to sell at $2,500 per ton. So I pay them that $2,400. I keep the balance, and they ship the goods for me. But of course, the clients have my contact. They don't have Real Vipingo's contact, so they know Agro International. Are you understanding me? So this is all about literacy in ICT. This is all about what we're talking about, training our kids. It is building a good platform for our kids. Because where the world is going, iPhone. No one wants to go back there. This is where the world is going. So we need to embrace and support we need to embrace and support what Kiprotich is doing. And me, as Allan Kiprotich, who is a youth and also the ICT chair at the Senate, I can always assure you that I will always be present in terms of any policy that you want to make, in terms of any legal framework that you want to make. Because as I told you, I am here and I'm so passionate about this. I care about our future, so I can assure you that anything that comes within my committee will always have my support. I can assure you that the class, what's the class called again? Casey. School of Government. I can assure you my committee will be the first students, or not first students, so that we can all learn and make sure that we take this country forward. So there are so many other things that we can do online. As we speak, I am developing. How many know? How many played the Grand Theft Auto here? You did. Good. So now what I'm doing, I'm developing a game. It is like the grand theft auto of Nairobi. It is at 80% as we speak. If I had time, I would have shared, I would have just shared a small video here, but because I think you have a platform that you can always talk and engage. So that is gaming as well, and I'm developing that game. I'm literally 70-80%. The visual is perfect as we speak. You can see Nairobi as you drive around. You can see Kimathi Street. You can see Koinange. You can see the Parliament buildings. You can see. Now I'm trying to do the expressway because I started doing this I think like 4 years back. But now I'm incorporating the expressway in the game, and very soon it will be out there. And I can assure you, I'll make a fortune on that. So I think we need to engage more. We need to have more of these platforms to share ideas, so that tomorrow we grow together. So what the government is doing now, if this is going to work, and I know it's going to work, most of these 69 digital hubs have been present in all their openings. At least 65 have been present. This 28, we are going to open. We're going to open more hubs in Nzoia and go Marakwet. And this is really benefiting the youth. We are getting 100 computers in every digital hub. We are training 100 kids in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. That is 300 youths in the villages. And the best thing about this, apart from this, whatever I'm talking about the marketing and other, the government has jobs already for these people. After they are trained, they are working. So once you're trained, there is work available for you. So you can imagine this about, of course, sharing more ideas, more lessons, more classes. And I'd love, I'm sure now that Victor is here, it is very important that we engage also, so that we can also give lessons to these kids in terms of even the policies and the legal frameworks of ICT. So it is important it starts down there, but it's going to make our work easier. So otherwise, I don't know, maybe we can do a small plenary session of like 10-15 minutes to touch on whatever I've not talked about. But I encourage this, and I'm really thankful for the organizers of this event to invite me here. Just to engage with the youth. I'm really happy, and we should do more of this actually. Yeah. So maybe. Exactly. So I think we can do a small plenary session for like 10 minutes. Keith has a question. And Keith maybe can talk to our pastor.
Let's see so that people who want to do that. Okay, so number one, and please when you frame your questions, choose them, shorten them. Don't make a presentation out of your question. So number one, that side going right. Okay, number two, number three. Keith, you're the first one. So what should I say? Number two, number three, and number four. This center going okay. Wow. Number five and number six, and then we close that session. Keith.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Honorable Chesang. First of all, I'm pleased that when Kijana invited from Nzoia, and not to be biased that some of the hubs that we're talking about, are actually being going to be placed in Nzoia and Nairobi market. But maybe just for the benefit of many of the young people who are here, and most who are connected online, and perhaps many who are still at home. How can we plan beyond just planning? How do we become resource people, into this kind of platform? How can we participate also co-creating content that can be used for learning. I think it's time that we create local content for the local use. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Keith. I think oh, 2 or 3 times.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Joy. My question is, you being the chairperson of the ICT in the Senate, what is the government doing to ensure the ratification of the Malabo Convention, that is the AU Convention on Cyber Security and Personal Data Protection, to ensure that cases of cyberbullying and data protection, cases of cyberbullying are clearly eliminated in the country or are the internet jurisdiction? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Senator. This is Michael Mumbo from South Africa, Italy to be specific. What are some of the initiatives that the Senate is putting in place to support teachers? By this case, I meant teachers who are supporting primary school kids, especially with the introduction of ICT in the new curriculum, the CBC. What are the conversations around supporting this? I'm glad when you mentioned about reimagining Nairobi, building this team around Nairobi. What are the initiatives that the Senate is doing to allow this kind of initiative also to be brought at the local level? So thank you so much. You want to take those? My question was the initiative that the Senate is putting to support teachers who are working with children, especially in the ICT curriculum. In this case, I'm referring to the coding concept that is introduced at grade 4. What are the initiatives at the Senate that are put in place to support, especially the teachers who are working with these children in very remote schools, to be specific, like Holy Primary, which I know we know very well from Kitale? Thank you.
So let me just take those 3 facts, then we can finish. What Keith has asked about the youth involvement in this, I think, let me just say, this is off record, but I think that is why we are here. Let me say that is why I am the chair of the ICT, whereby we also want to involve the youth in what the government is doing. And how are we going to do this? Using these kind of platforms to make sure that we fit into these temples of the government. If we have this kind of forums and engage, and share ideas, and as I told you, I'm here to support in whatever interactions we have, whatever arguments we have here, whatever policies we want to make. This is the kind of platforms that will make us, or make the youth be part of this initiative of the government association, or make us be part of the government. So I believe the youths to be women, and let us be the pioneers. If we have 50 or 100 youths seated on this hall today, I can assure you, as we speak now, I don't care what will happen if I was supposed to make a vote at the Senate. What I know is what I'm doing here is something that's going to benefit the youth. You understand? So since you order to be the Tuma, I am sure we will be in that table to make these policies, and the government has to listen to us. So I know I'm doing the right thing. But if I go back now and the session is over, my heart is at peace because I know I'm here because of youth issues and how they're going to be involved in the government. So I will not, this is the right direction. There is no other direction. And it's an advantage that I'm here as the chairman of ICT. I can bring all these people, all the stakeholders on the table and say, listen, this is what the youth want, and this is the policies we need to implement to include the youth in whatever we are doing. I think we are together on that. In terms of we talked about data protection. Sorry? I think that one falls under this. Now we need to have a conversation with the Office of the Data Protection, right? I think it falls under that, and that is why I'm sure KIPTA was involved in forming these policies, and of course mine is to implement them, which of course involving all the stakeholders and make sure that we engage them to make sure that we respond on those kind of issues. So, number 3 asked about how the Senate is supporting our teachers. I think we are all aware there was a program by the government since the Kibaki regime of the tabs to our children. What we need to ask ourselves is that project failed, that initiative. And it's a very good initiative. It's a perfect initiative. That is exactly why we need to ask ourselves. Now, you know why that project failed? And I can assure you, 3/4 of this country, 3/4 of the schools have the tablets in their schools. Now, the government was very quick to supply and provide these tablets to our schools. But what happened? The teachers had no knowledge even to open or maybe to operate a laptop or a computer. You understand? So there was no way they could even teach these small kids on how to use this, or to use the tabs. So 2 weeks or less than a month ago, if you follow me on my social media, you'd see my committee sitting down with a company called Benton. And we are trying to engage them on how they can assist, educate our teachers to pass the knowledge to our children. They are doing the same in Tanzania. They are doing the same in many other African countries. And we've asked them to do a pilot here in Kenya so that we see whether that can assist our teachers. Because the tablets are there, but the teachers have no knowledge even to operate these tablets. So that's what they said that we are already doing, we are already on that. So we have engaged the Ministry of Education, we have engaged the Ministry of ICT to consider this company, Benton, or any other company that comes with good skills to help our teachers. So I think we are on that. Thank you. 3 more.
Thank you, Honorable Chesang, for your presentation. My question is, artificial intelligence is taking the world by storm, and with it presenting many opportunities as well as considering many challenges. As lawmakers, are there any discussions happening on policy and regulatory plans? Thank you.
Thank you so much. My question is, what is the Senate maybe trying to do to ensure that people understand much about content creation? Because there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation. Now, still on the same, is there anything that you, maybe as the chairperson on ICT in the Senate, or maybe the Senate, doing to work with young people in terms of awareness on content creation, or any youth initiative being formed to try and teach young people, and also, I don't say all the people, but the rest, about content creation, because there is a lot of misinformation, disinformation that's maybe going around. So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Allan. So my question would be, the previous government and the current government has made it clear that they have a priority in bridging the digital gap, at least for children, that is, right? I mean, we've seen provision of internet, the devices we've been talking about, But now, my question now would be exactly what is the government doing to make sure that digital innovation is actually being, let me use the word sponsored, because we are all innovators, like here on the table, we're all innovators, we have our different activities, different projects, but we end up looking for international NGOs, different governments, different institutions to sponsor us and to fund our projects instead of partnering up with the national government, projects that will develop our nation, projects that will fix issues that are actually going on in our country right now. Digital problems, there are digital solutions that is right, and it is almost impossible to reach a government funder or government institutions that are actually willing to fund us. My question would be: you are a digital entrepreneur. How would we be able to access a committee? How would we be able to get funding for our projects, our different innovations? Right now, we have a project, so just marketing. How would we be able to reach you guys? Just like get funding and access to it.
Thank you very much. About AI policy, there is a policy that is being formulated in speak, and we have the European Union, the German embassy, and other embassies are very willing to support actually this policy. So we have a bill coming in Parliament, but I really don't want to talk about it now because it will be a bit premature of me to talk about it now because it has not been taken off the table. But I can assure you there's something that is being done in terms of artificial intelligence. So that one I know. I've been in several conferences with the government. But as we keep on engaging, after the first parliament, I'm sure I can be able to share. That's why I'm saying we should be doing more of these interactions and find a platform where we can communicate so that we are on the same page. So my brother here has talked about content creation and others. Let me tell you something. We have been discussing this thing as we were having lunch. We have so many youths who have created their content. They have developed apps. And actually, this is just one question with what my brother in the center is concerned about. We've had, actually, I have a bill in Parliament to protect our youths in this kind of things. Many of our youths have developed apps. Even the M-Pesa app was developed by a youth that I know personally. But as we speak, he has nothing. He has nothing. The same NGOs and the same organizations, the same big companies, international companies, and even our local but big companies, take these things from them. We have been discussing this same issue, and I'm placing a bill in Parliament as we speak to protect our youths. So, for example, if the youth who developed M-Pesa, as we speak, you can use M-Pesa so long as you have internet anywhere in the world right now. This gentleman was given very few coins, not few coins, of course, some good money. He got excited. He has never received millions of money in his account. Of course, as youths, you will buy a nice car, you will do what, you do what. Wengine unapiga sherehe. Ni kweli. After 1 year, you have nothing. After 1 year, you have nothing. And umepiga sherehe, umewachana na your skills, your computer, now you're busy doing other things. Even the knowledge sasa imekupita, there are new things coming. To sit down and develop another app and sell, it's very difficult. So what is my bill saying about, of course, these content creators? and all these youth who can develop these apps, is that even if you find an international company or NGO that wants to buy your app or whatever you've developed, at least you remain with 30% of whatever you've developed. So you can, for example, if the investor guy had 30% until now, yangekuwa anakula mpaka saa hii vitu yake hata kama ana ingine. So I think with your question about how can you reach us, first what I want to request you is that don't take me as the government. That is number one. Take me as a fellow youth, that we are here to help each other and develop policies that will be of benefit to us. Sasa mimi ni ku-implement, sisi ni ku-discuss, come up with a policy, and for me I implement. Ukinichukua kama government, utaanza kuniuliza mambo ya finance bill hata na hapa sisi sasa. So I think as we have agreed as the youth, let's think of things that will favor us. Let's think of things that will benefit us in the future and benefit our kids as well, so that tusonge pamoja mbele. If we feel like the government has left the youth behind, let's think of how we're going to engage the government to make sure that we are part of whatever the government is doing. So please, naomba nikuja hapa kama mmoja wenu, tusaidiane kuunda policies za my brother. Sijui Kiswahili sanifu sana, lakini nadhani tunaelewana. Tusaidiane, not even Kenya but East Africa. A policy that will cover all of us. So I need more of these engagements. We need to discuss. We need to invite other people who can just come and mentor our youths. Because I know how much the youth are struggling. I know how much life is hard, life is difficult, and everyone is looking for a way to, make it in life. So we need to engage and we need to share. If we don't share, we will not know. And I'm someone who I will share all my knowledge, so that if I'm in problems tomorrow, you will be able to assist me because you have. So, tafadhali, I thank the organizers, and please engage us, and not even include us in when you're organizing this kind of sittings and initiatives. We can also sometimes even host and just discuss with our youth. So, tafadhali, because of time, let me just once again appreciate all of you. Just most of you, I'm sure you also had other engagements to attend to, but you left everything to come to this event. So let me just appreciate you guys once more, and appreciate the organizers. Please, include me in whatever you are doing. You have my support, and also chip in to make sure that we sit down and engage and kutengeneza hii maisha pamoja. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much. Naomba you'll allow me to rush to bunge, so that pia mimi unga isiharibike huko. Ile anasema huyu hakuvote, sasa kutoka kesho kuna by election huko tuanze. So thank you very much. Thank you guys. Asanteni sana.